Right now at 6, shedding light on a growing crisis. La Crosse residents remembering those who've died while experiencing homelessness. And more Wisconsin officers on the roads for the holiday rush, what they're asking you to do to keep others safe.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Emily is off. With the holidays here, the Coulee region is coming together to honor and find help for those without a home. News 8 Now's Seth Padilla is in the newsroom tonight with more. Seth.
Ken, community organizations say it's an everyday battle, ensuring they have the resources to help the unsheltered. But it all starts with recognizing the problem in La Crosse. Community members gathered at the Reach Center in La Crosse to highlight the struggles and lives lost of unsheltered individuals, lighting candles and putting Christmas tree decorations up with the names of 25 individuals who have passed. Organizers say it's to showcase that those suffering from homelessness are still members of the community.
Many people that we encounter that have experienced homelessness are, everyday individuals that are part of our community that have run into a challenge, a struggle, things like that, and need some help. And that's what's really important. I think events like this help us to remember that we have to work together as a community.
The event also had donations under the Christmas tree given to those in the center. Now, according to La Crosse County's Facebook, in October, the number of unhoused individuals was 206. In September, it was 216. Reporting from the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Seth. The Hillview Life Center is asking for the community's help to fulfill their holiday wish list. The new space will bring elderly patients together with younger disabled patients. Students in health science programs at UW-La Crosse will help run the facility.
So for the students, the supplies from the Santa's elves are really vital to the programming. We're going to be able to do so much more if we have more supplies to do those things with.
So some of those needs: gardening tools, adaptive cooking equipment, art materials, and sensory and wellness items. A deer in La Crosse County has tested positive for chronic wasting disease. That's the word from the Wisconsin DNR. CWD is a fatal infectious nervous system disease. The deer was a hunter-harvested adult buck. It was harvested within 10 miles of the Monroe and Vernon County borders. Good news if you applied for home energy assistance help. Payments are now being sent to residents who signed up earlier this year. The Wisconsin program offers a one-time $240 electric payment and $440 heating benefit. People are already on the move to beat the holiday rush. AAA expects over 122 million will travel at least 50 miles between now and New Year's. Airlines expect to fly nearly 53 million passengers over the holidays. That's a 2.3% increase from last year. The high travel numbers do come with a weather warning.
People need to have a plan B, at least have an idea. If you get canceled, are you going to rent a car and drive to a different airport? Are you going to just drive back home? Are you going to postpone your trip?
According to AAA, the next busy rush will be on Friday and Sunday. The holiday hustle means more officers on the road. It is part of the annual nationwide Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign. Last holiday season, Wisconsin saw 403 crashes that involved impaired drivers. Drivers are also being asked to call 911 if they see impaired drivers on the road. And if you're heading out for some holiday travel this week, conditions around this area, Greg, not looking too bad.
Pretty much really the whole part of the country, central part of the country all the way down the southeastern part are looking pretty good. It's just the coastlines that could have some issues here later on. But for us today, mid to upper 30s, we had plenty of cloud cover that kept a lot of areas from reaching potentially the 40-degree mark and further north. But we will see a lot more clouds going forward, but there also will be some sunshine. But right now, current temperatures are in the mid 30s, fairly steady. The winds are fairly light too, so all in all, really not a bad evening. Just the clouds are out there, but temperature-wise, we're keeping these temperatures basically in the upper 20s with some peaks of breaking up the cloud cover here and there for Eau Claire. Similar story for La Crosse with the cloud cover temperatures lowering back down, just getting back close to freezing as we approach 10 p.m. with some cloud cover remaining out there with not much of a wind, so your wind chill factor is not existent. Overall, you can see a little bit of breaks in the clouds here and there. There's some more thicker clouds as you go further north and south. So all in all, not too bad. Mid 30s right going on. Yes, we're going to be copying a lot of those conditions throughout the Christmas. We do have a little bit of shower take for Christmas night, but otherwise we'll kind of break all these temperatures down with a big cool down potentially after Christmas. That all coming up a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg. And a reminder, while traveling, you can use our First Warn weather app to track that weather 24/7. A brawl broke out during the sentencing of a teen convicted of murder in Fond du Lac. The fight involved members of both the victim and the defendant's families. Samantha Cavalli was in the courtroom when the brawl erupted.
Chaos erupting inside the courtroom. Voices raised, emotions boiling over.
If you cannot conform to the behavior expectations I set forth, you need to leave. All right, stop! Stop!
Seconds later, the hearing coming to a halt as a brawl breaks out during the sentencing of Parise Larry Jr., resulting in several arrests.
To say that I am frustrated and disappointed is an understatement.
Back in October, a jury found Larry guilty on all but one charge, including the murder of Tatiana Zek. Police say in May of 2023, Zek was taking out the trash after a family barbecue when she was shot in the back of the head at Maplewood Commons. Investigators say Larry and co-defendant Antonio Johnston were involved in a conflict with another man, and Zek was caught in the crossfire. Judge Laura Levy issuing a warning before the hearing began again.
If anyone so much as moves a finger out of place where I think it's jeopardizing the functioning of this courtroom, the safety of anyone in it, you will be removed from this courtroom.
Prior to the disruption, Tatiana's mother, Nicole Zek, addressing the court, calling her daughter a bright light in this world.
She truly had one of the biggest hearts and would help anyone. She was more than just my daughter. She was a vibrant, loving soul with so many dreams for the future.
Prior to sentencing, Parise Larry Jr. addressed the court, apologizing to the Zek family.
And I'm going to take responsibility for everything that's in this case. And I just want to say sorry to my family and to their family. Hope everybody could forgive me or what my actions took.
Despite the chaos, the outcome was clear. Parise Larry Jr. was sentenced to life in prison without parole.
Still to come tonight, President Trump targeting Venezuelan drug trafficking, the third oil tanker seizure that's raising war fears. Plus, a Warner Brothers battle, the company now outbidding Netflix to buy the media giant.
I do like knowing the person that's sitting across from my desk. I've formed a lot of relationships over the years based on trust. When I see the look on a member's face, when I say, yes, this loan is good, you're good to go, it makes me happy. To me, being the team you can trust is honesty. When you do a loan with me at Firefighters Credit Union, like everything we do, it's not about the car, it's about you.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Last minute gift shoppers? Yeah, we get a lot every season here at Menards. Santa? He's here every year. He loves our prices on tools. A great selection of toys. And you can even find something for yourself. Plus, you can't go wrong with a Menards gift card. So come on in and wrap up your last minute gift shopping at Menards.
More season's greetings to you all from Menards.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford Crew Final Days.
Initiate Final Days protocol.
And just announced Final Days bonus cash. That's 1,000 bonus cash back, and that's on top of other offers.
Hurry! Built Ford tough trucks are moving fast. Ford SUV is almost gone. Built Wild Bronco family adventure is selling quick.
Get 0 down, 0% financing, and 0 payments for 90 days. Plus 2,000 bonus cash on F-150. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West-Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. West-Mex meals start at just $5, only at Taco John's.
News 8 Now wants to help you create memories with your family by watching movies on the big screen. Friday Flicks with Vicki Nichols of Sparta Cinema will tell you all about upcoming must-see blockbusters, plus exclusive deals at the theater. Watch this Friday at 5 a.m. on News 8 this morning. Presented by Sparta Cinema.
President Trump met with his top national security officials this afternoon as the U.S. plans to step up its pressure campaign against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro's government. Erica Brown has the latest from the White House.
Well, tensions between the U.S. and the Venezuelan government continue to rise as the U.S. military pursues yet another oil tanker connected to Venezuela. And the Trump administration is defending the actions that have sparked bipartisan pushback from lawmakers. With the U.S. Coast Guard in active pursuit Monday of a third oil tanker connected to Venezuela, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem defended the Trump administration's efforts to ramp up the pressure on Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro, speaking on Fox and Friends.
We're not just interdicting these ships, but we're also sending a message around the world that the illegal activity that Maduro is participating in cannot stand. He needs to be gone.
The Trump administration maintains Maduro and his government are trafficking drugs into the United States. Over the weekend, the U.S. military seized a second tanker, something the Venezuelan government condemned as, quote, a serious act of piracy. Last week, President Trump announced a blockade of sanctioned vessels going into or out of Venezuela. And in an interview Friday, he would not rule out a war against the country, raising concerns from lawmakers.
I consider it a provocation and a prelude to war, and I hope we don't go to war with Venezuela.
We should not be waging war against Venezuela. We definitely should not be waging war without a vote of Congress.
But other lawmakers are backing the White House's pressure campaign against the Maduro government.
I support the idea of standing up to Maduro, and I want him to go.
A CBS News poll last month found most Americans are against military action in Venezuela, with 73% of those surveyed saying the Trump administration has not clearly explained the U.S. position on the matter. Now, the Trump administration says the U.S. will continue to conduct these operations to, quote, dismantle illicit criminal networks. And in a statement, the Venezuelan government warned that the U.S.'s actions will not go unpunished. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
More Jeffrey Epstein files are expected to be released today. The Department of Justice has hundreds of thousands of additional pages, but heavy redactions and a slow release have drawn criticism from lawmakers and survivors. Congressman Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna are threatening Attorney General Pam Bondi with legal action.
And I won't be satisfied until the survivors are satisfied.
The Justice Department says the redactions protect survivors and the innocent. According to the Epstein Files Transparency Act, the DOJ must report to Congress in the coming weeks why it made any redactions. Paramount is upping the ante in its hostile takeover bid for Warner Brothers. Billionaire Larry Ellison is guaranteeing all $40 billion in equity to finance the deal. Larry is the father of Paramount CEO David Ellison. Paramount's deal offers $30 per share for the company, including CNN and other cable channels. Netflix is offering $27.75 per share, but plans to keep cable channels separate. The Powerball jackpot is now worth $1.6 billion. It's now the fourth largest Powerball jackpot ever. Next drawing will take place tonight. The lump sum payment estimated at $735 million. We'll have those winning numbers during our 10 o'clock newscast. And we'll have more news ahead, but first.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got a mild stretch of weather, so some will like it, some will want the snow. Unfortunately, we're not going to see much of that. Clouds and mild temps, but we do have a cool down in the forecast. We'll break all that down coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
At Dahl Auto, we always put your family first. Every pre-owned vehicle has been inspected to a level of safety and reliability that we'd want for our own family. Plus, you have peace of mind with the area's best warranty. Compare prices at dahlauto.com.
Excellence is not measured by potential, it's measured by performance. As a father, I teach this to my children. As coaches, we instill this in our players. And as a member of the community, I value it in Amplify Health. Performance is all that matters. Anyone can strive for excellence, but you don't want doctors who merely try. You want doctors who deliver. You want Amplify Health and nothing less.
Don't wait too long to finish your shopping. Wrap it all up at Fleet Farm now. This week only, holiday snack trays are 25% off. For your furry friends, buy one, get one 50% off all Kong treats and toys. Pop into Toyland for 40% off select toys for the kids. Plus, don't miss Milwaukee Deal Days, happening right now at Fleet Farm, the home of last-minute gifting for everyone on your list. And for even more ideas, check out our gift guides at fleetfarm.com.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
At Doll Auto, we've had customers ask, why are your prices so low? The simple answer is, we price our pre-owned vehicles to sell. When you're shopping around, we want you asking, why are their prices so high? Doll Auto.
Yeah, give it an idea where temperature-wise we should be this time of year. We're not going to be anywhere close to this. Really, we're coming down into the 20s now. Most areas you get into the end of December, now early January, your average temperature is now in the 20s. And of course, we bottom out as we get towards about the middle or last half of January. We are actually going to be probably closer to the end of November, maybe even early December, with temperatures mainly in the 30s and some days with 40. It just depends on the cloud cover and where we're at in the area. But all in all, it's a mild stretch after a cold December too. But we do have some colder conditions on the way if you want some of that. It probably won't come back until Saturday. Now overall, the jet stream has been pushed to the north. It's overhead or keeping all the Arctic air. As you look at this 3D look, it's well to the north. We got mild air, more of this. These little arrows here are basically winds just aloft, kind of giving an indication where the winds are coming from. So the whole country really is not seeing much in the way of really any cold air, and that's really going to the case going forward. Now, as we get to Wednesday and Thursday, we do pull up a little bit more moisture up into the area, a little warmer conditions. For Christmas too, there is an opportunity. You can see a little bit of a push and turn of the winds there that could give us some precipitation going into Thursday night in the form of rain. We'll break that down in a second. Otherwise, the big cold push comes really as we get towards late Saturday into Sunday, as that Arctic air kind of swings through the area. Now, we won't have a lot of snowpack on the ground, so that'll limit the factor of how cold we get. And it's still pretty progressive, meaning it moves out fairly quickly, too, as we get back into an active pattern. Looks like by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week with a lot more question marks going on. So get out and enjoy it, too, the conditions, because we may be coming back to this another week and a half. Tonight, that's actually our low temps, which are pretty close to our average high temps this year. As we go tomorrow, I think you'll see more sunshine in the afternoon. Still, temperatures fairly similar today, mid to upper 30s, and some areas could get into the 40-degree mark. As we go into Wednesday, a lot of cloud cover. It gets a really more cloudy conditions overall. We may not see much in the way of sun Wednesday until we get to maybe later half of Friday, maybe all the way to Saturday too. So temperatures get back down here. We have increasing clouds Wednesday night. And as we go into Wednesday, mid to upper 30s, a little cooler because there is going to be more thicker cloud cover out there than Tuesday. Still overall above average and above freezing. Christmas Day, cloud cover once again is a rule. I think with a few breaks, it's going to be maybe a potential 40, but our temperatures have come down. Earlier, like last week, we thought we might see mid to upper 40s, but right now it looks like that's maybe not happen. That actually may happen better as we go into Friday or even Saturday before we have a cold front coming through. But above average. No, really, we could see patchy fog, but other than that, I think it's going to be a good driving day Wednesday and Thursday. Given all the area, we'll kind of go through this Tuesday, Wednesday. You see the breaks and clouds Tuesday. Then we have a cold front to the north and a frontal boundary to the south, kind of getting right close to us Wednesday. So that's why we could pick up a lot more cloud cover, even a few sprinkles too, as we go throughout there. Then Christmas, cloud cover still remains, you see there. And here's the activity that's going to come through with the system pushing west to east and fairly warm. So if we get any rainfall Christmas night, it's going to be in the form of probably rain, the precip type will be rain. Colder air to the north. Don't expect a lot amounts of precipitation with this coming through. And then overall, we should be dry going into Friday. So there's your Christmas forecast. Once again, very mild. As we go to the 8-day forecast, the big plunge in temperatures comes as we get towards Sunday and Monday, and along with a lot of wind, especially Sunday, could see gusts over 40 with this amount of cold air plunging south. As I mentioned, we don't have a snowpack on the ground, so it could go a lot colder if we did, but it's progressive, so then we'll come back up a little bit for the following weekend. So get out and enjoy the nice conditions you like. Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of snow will remain on the ground, especially if you're in the south side facing areas.
And not looking like a white Christmas in abundance.
Not a purely
white
Christmas everywhere.
Sticking around.
If you want snow, go to the north side of everything, the north side of hills, you'll have the snow. But other than that, no.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, Playoff probabilities, an update on Green Bay's chance to make it to the postseason, plus Matt LaFleur on the health of Jordan Love, as well as relevant injury news regarding another QB that left yesterday's game. Jacob is next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order,
Scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
a fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Plantar fasciitis feels like pointed, sharp pain. It just hurts all the time. It feels like your foot is squeezing on itself. When I drove past the Good Feet store, I thought, I'm gonna stop in. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet that were personally fitted just for me. Then it was like, okay, this is something special. These make a difference.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Finding new adventures and extra confidence and extra miles and room for everyone and standout style. And it all comes together in a Chevy SUV.
You can get $1,500 cash allowance on all 2026 Traverse models.
Visit HometownChevy.com.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Although it might have felt like the sky was falling for the Packers on Saturday night after a collapse at the end of regulation against the Bears, with all things considered, the situation could be much worse. It's not all doom and gloom for the fans of the green and gold today, as the team still has a great chance to make the playoffs. Next Gen Stats giving Matt LaFleur's team a 93% chance of clinching a postseason spot, thanks largely in part to a Lions loss to the Steelers yesterday. If Green Bay wins one of their final two games or Detroit falls in one of their last two, the Packers are in. One thing to monitor moving forward, though, will be the status of Jordan Love after he left Saturday's game with a head injury.
That's always a tough one to navigate. There's a lot of steps to getting through that. But I do think just my conversations with people, I have not specifically talked to him today, but it sounded like he was doing better.
That soundbite coming from yesterday's media availability. We'll have an update on Love as it becomes available. But another injury to keep tabs on this week. Ravens head coach John Harbaugh telling reporters Lamar Jackson is day-to-day with a, quote, significant contusion due to this hit he took last night against New England. Green Bay and Baltimore will face off Saturday night from Titletown at 7 o'clock. And the Vikings can be the team that knocks the Lions out of the playoffs with a win on Thursday over Detroit. Minnesota coming off a 16-13 victory over the Giants yesterday to improve their record to 7-8, marking 3 straight wins after 4 losses in a row prior. Kevin O'Connell praising his team for continuing to battle given the tough circumstances.
3 in a row, tough point in the season when a lot of guys could have, focused their intentions elsewhere. These guys have just continued to fight and find a way to win 3 in a row, which I absolutely love what those guys have built in their locker room and the culture in our building to continue to go. And we've got a football game coming up on a short week we got to get ready for.
And that Lions versus Vikings game on Christmas will be streamed on Netflix. Kickoff set for 3:30. That'd be quite a nice Christmas present, Ken, if the Vikings can take down the Lions and ensure the Packers get in, because they need to get healthy as well.
Oh, absolutely. But if we don't get that kind of help, Packers essentially just need to control their own destiny in these next 2 weeks. Make sure there's at least one win in there for sure.
Absolutely. I haven't heard much of an update for Malik Willis either. I'm sure this stuff will come out as the week progresses as well, because one of those two guys would be huge to get back, but obviously you don't want to rush anybody back either.
Certainly need one of them, because I don't even know who the third-string quarterback would be right now.
Yeah, it could be rough if they're not healthy.
For sure. Jacob, thanks very much. We got one more check of your forecast right after this.
Happy holidays from News 8 Now.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
This cozy season, we invite all of our neighbors to make their bathroom the coziest room in their home. With quick installs and a lifetime warranty, we bring quality upgrades right to your doorstep. And we won't just leave you there. Our experienced team will be there every step of the way. Plus, with our easy financing available, you're able to get the comfort you want today on a budget that works for you. So upgrade your cozy room this season with River Valley Remodelers. River Valley Remodelers. Improve your home. Build our community.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford Crew Final Days.
Initiate Final Days protocol.
And just announced Final Days bonus cash. That's 1,000 bonus cash back, and that's on top of other offers.
Hurry! Built Ford tough trucks are moving fast. Ford SUV is almost gone. Built Wild Bronco family adventure is selling quick.
Get 0 down, 0% financing, and 0 payments for 90 days. Plus 2,000 bonus cash on F-150. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
All right, still mild tomorrow. A little bit more sunshine in the afternoon, so more areas will probably get to the 40-degree mark. Otherwise, it's cloudy and mild conditions all the way through Christmas. There is Christmas night rainfall possibility there, and then a big drop in temps come Sunday. Much colder conditions and a little bit of uncertainty coming the weekend regarding precipitation with that front, too. Something to keep an eye on. Otherwise, it will get colder, too. So, otherwise,
mild stretch for these next few days, though.
Too,
only downside is you won't really see the sun all that much.
Unfortunately, no.
All right, that'll do it for us tonight at 6. We'll see you at 10.